So my golf instruction is centered around learning from impact back, okay? Yes, I do talk about delivering the club head with the trail hand and the levers, but it's all centered around impact. And interestingly enough, when golfers learn impact positions, okay, it's amazing how quickly they improve. So basically what I'm talking about there, and this is such invaluable information, is when a golfer, whether it's a beginner or a seasoned player, comes to the lesson tee and I ask them to show me what's your impact position, they will generally go up to the top or they'll come down. They don't know what the impact position is, which is the most important part of the game. Now, I'll say, okay, go ahead and get your grip, posture, all that good stuff, get set up. And again, hands will be off the inside of your lead leg, and then I'll move them where they go a little bit forward and that lead hip opens just a touch, and you can see how I have a little bit more forward shaftling. Now from here, they'll hit just a small shot where they just take it back, hit a small shot, and that really helps them understand how all the energy is transferred into the club head simply because this trail arm is in line with the club shaft. Okay, so it's like chipping, so it's just that little motion right there, and that trail arm is in line with the club shaft. Now, ideally, we want to do that in our full swing because that's going to get every ounce of energy into the golf ball, which gives us speed. And then when our club face, of course, is correct, we're going to have accuracy as well. Now, a phenomenal drill, again, is just these little shots. So you get set up, ball's where it's supposed to be, handle where it's supposed to be, and forward a little bit, lead hip open, then you just take it back, hit a shot. Like that, okay? Then you can lengthen it out a little bit. So we get set up again. Everything's the same. A little forward, lead hip opens up, a little bit longer. All right, now here is what you're doing. You're pressurizing the back of the shaft, and as you go through impact, you're pushing that club head and club shaft this direction, and that's going to pull you up around that way. So that's how that blends in to impact. So again, push forward, lead hip opens, back, or back and through. And that's really how you start building your golf swing. And you can start with putting, you can start with chipping, but when it comes to the full swing, this has been invaluable for so many players. Number one, I can teach them how to putt just on the driving range, and then even on chipping on the driving range, because we're ingraining the good habits. Now, the next step is to do this where you get set up like normal, and you can even rehearse a little impact position, and then you make your swing, come to impact. And that is really going to train your brain on what it wants to do. And it's amazing how much the brain really remembers and is programmed, and my friend Mr. Alaska calls it a taskmaster, because once it's told what to do, it eliminates pretty much everything except for what it wants to do to accomplish the task that you gave it. And that really solves a lot of issues. And when you actually, sometimes when you show golfers, or when you ask golfers to show you their impact position, they never move into the ball, okay? Every once in a while you'll have one that tries to come over the top, and it's interesting because that question doesn't get asked to a lot of players. Show me your impact position. And then you can lengthen it out even in that impact position and hit shots. And that's going to make you a much better player. And then go back to normal setup, okay? And then make your swing, duplicate impact. And you're really going to get a ton out of this particular thought and how to train. Impact, step 1. Impact, step 2. Impact, step 3. Impact to quote unquote the top, because all we're doing is building skill sets, programming our brain, and eliminating all the extra noise that's going on that doesn't need to be there.